Welcome, I'm Jessica Barbier, your host for the Cox OC Connection. With us today from Orange County Head Start is Executive Director Colleen Verstay. Welcome, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Excited to learn about Head Start, what's going on with you guys. Let's start off with, for our viewers at home that might not be familiar with Head Start, can you give us an overview of what your organization's all about?
Sure, no problem. Orange County Head Start is a nonprofit agency, and our purpose is to have an early childhood education program and comprehensive support services, parent and family services, health, mental health, children with disabilities, and nutrition services for the children and the families that we serve.
And how did you get involved with Head Start?
Well, I started as a teacher, and I worked kind of through the chains, and I've always just had a love for the little ones, and I wanted to affect more and more families and really work with more and more families in Orange County. So I left being a teacher and kind of grew my way until I became an executive director.
And how long were you a preschool teacher for?
I was a preschool teacher for 12 years.
Okay, and then how long have you been involved with Head Start?
With Head Start, I've been involved for about 12 years now, and I started working as an education coordinator and manager, and then just kind of changed and grew and was able to go from working with 17 kids to working with 4,000 now.
Wow, it sounds like you have the credentials that are needed and the passion for it, and like you said, from 14 to thousands is probably very motivating to get up in the morning.
It is.
What are some of the goals that Head Start has for this coming year?
For our upcoming year, we're really we looked at our community needs, and we looked at what our children and our families need. And we of course always focus on school readiness. That's the purpose of our program. But we're also focusing on family literacy and oral health care. We've learned that there are some challenges around oral health care with expenses and some other reasons why parents can't always receive those services for their families, as well as family literacy, so we can work with both the child and the family to increase their skills so they can be more successful.
And what's the age range of the children you're working with?
We start with pregnant moms, and we have infants, toddlers, and preschoolers up until they're eligible for kindergarten.
And so you touched a little bit on a couple of the programs when we're talking about the goals for the coming year, but let's get into the programs and services. I know that there's a plethora of different services you provide. What are the ones that are most vital and the ones that are really making an impact in the community?
So of course the early education component, where the children attend preschool, and depending on the family need, we have full day services or we have part day services, and then they're with credentialed preschool teachers who teach them school readiness skills, so they're prepared to go into kindergarten. For those children that might not have the English language yet, they acquire that while in the classrooms. We work on numbers and shapes and alphabets, and really the social emotional component at that age is really important. In addition to that, we work with the family as a whole on any additional services that they might need to increase their skills or knowledge or health. So we do programming with health for the child. We look at if they're up to date, if they have medical homes and dental homes, and we also provide nutritional services. We do also serve children with disabilities, so we have a very individualized program for each child in our centers.
Let's talk about the operations side. So how many families are you serving each year? How big's your staff? What's your board look like?
So we serve over 4,000 children and families each year, and we are located throughout Orange County. We have 41 centers throughout Orange County. I paused only because it changes. And our staff is about 750 staff members that serve the children throughout the county. And I forgot your other.
And then, your board of directors.
Oh, and my board of directors.
You're testing me now.
Yeah. And my board of directors is comprised of professionals from the Orange County community. We have attorneys and HR professionals, fiscal professionals, accountants. So we have a board of up to 20 members that help us really navigate our way through the system.
And it's April, so right around the corner is your Family Festival. Can you tell us a little bit about this big event you put on?
Sure, it's really exciting. We started this about 7 years ago, so this is our 7th annual. The festival's purpose is to really provide a forum for all the community programs within the city or the county to come out and serve families that are in need or that have limited resources. So there are different types of booths. Generally, we have about 100 community agencies that come out and work with us, and it's free for the families to attend. And again, it's all these resources for health and mental health and nutrition and educational services that families can access in the community.
That's great. And you do that once a year? This is the 7th year you're doing it?
We do it once a year. This is the 7th year, and we typically move about the county so that families can come at least once.
And where are your centers throughout the county?
They touch on all the borders of Orange County, so we have centers from San Juan Capistrano to Huntington Beach to all the way up to La Habra and throughout. So we, out of all the cities, we operate in about 20 of the cities in Orange County.
And what are your biggest needs right now? How can our viewers at home help your cause and what Head Start's doing for the community?
Well, we're always looking for volunteer support and, of course, any kind of contributions to our agency. All the contributions that we receive to our agency go to extra support services for families that may not be able to afford a service that their child needs. So we put them in a pool of money where we can draw out if a child needs some type of dental service or medical service that the parent may not be able to afford on their own. And then volunteer contributions. We do have a portion of our grant requires us to have what is called in-kind donations or services. And we rely heavily on people coming out and helping us either work with the kids or just in the office or sometimes just cleaning up and painting for us.
Great. Well, hopefully we can get some of our viewers at home to come out and help Head Start because you're doing some great things. Thank you so much for your time and coming to visit with us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this quick break.